the Terps. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Miami, Ohio Redhawks, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Maryland Terps. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Redhawks will kick it off to get us underway. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Maryland's offense will get the ball first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. You saw that right there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for space. It's Turner. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front?
Ball is free. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders every... It's a turnover. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. The Terrapins will have it 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Bunch formation for these receivers. To the air. It's Washington. Sets up the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense on that play, sniffing out the screen pass. They had their eye on the ball. They were able to rally to the running back. Gain of no yards.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Hunter. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Scott. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, the tight end's got to do a better job getting his depth on the route. He's running out to the perimeter of the field, but he's got to get further downfield. He caught that pass behind the line of scrimmage, got tackled, and as a result...
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Under fire. Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Back to throw, it's Quinn. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Redhawks. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into defense because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
Looking downfield on first down. Rifles it down the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Terrapins decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wide receiver going in motion. Unloads to the right. Hits the open man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. The Redhawks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Direct snap. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Washington. That's caught, it's Hunter. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Ball's at the 29, defense can taste getting off the field, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Webb. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Terrapins will snap it on 1st and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Jacobs.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Terrapins with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the period. It's Miami, Ohio on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Fires to the tight end. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. The Terrapins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. On the ground with the counter. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
And the Terrapins come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Makes the grab. It's Jacobs. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Washington. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Dead center perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Miami, Ohio offense returns to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country.
He's loose on the right. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. You get a play like that, and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worked. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense got it, they're on the run. Oh, the big fella. Look at the big fella rumble. Touchdown, Maryland. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
It's really hard as a quarterback that because you got your eyes downfield, you're trying to find an open guy, you're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Miami, Ohio has it back. The Red Hawks offense heads to the field. Looking for room. It's Nubin. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Quarterback running on the draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking for a man. It's Quinn. Fires left. And the 3rd down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense. And the Red Hawks will line up to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. With the catch, it's Hunter. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Terrapins will snap it on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Gets it past the marker. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. And the Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air, it's Washington. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Terrapins look to do some damage in the red zone. Off play action on 1st down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. The quick out. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyways. So it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Miami. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Caught near the sticks. It's Simmons. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
To throw, it's Quinn. Got a man, it's Russell. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll give it to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Here comes the heat. Caught behind the line. It's Turner. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. And the Terrapins with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pocket breaking down. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. They'll immediately call timeout.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
The Terrapins can really attack on this 2nd and short. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're looking to pass from the red zone. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Back to pass, it's Washington. Looking for the score! And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances. Get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
And the Terrapins will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Miami, Ohio offense returns to the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Looking downfield, it's Quinn. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got a man, it's Simmons. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their 3rd down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Gonna run it. It's Turner. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Lining up to convert 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Washington. Here's a heat. Complete to the right. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this offense is giving a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. He's going to run it. Runs through a tackle. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. The Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
That's a really big completion for the offense. And look, I know they didn't get the first down, but because of it, they're now set up in 4th and very short. And if you're the head coach, you're thinking very long and hard if you're going to go for this one now because of that success you had on that play.
And the Terrapins will try to move the sticks on 4th down. Grab behind the line. It's Webb. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
With the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the field on 4th down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution of scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Miami, Ohio has it back. The Red Hawks offense heads to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Maryland! The defense putting points on the board. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
They're winning the game, and the defense is helping out their own cause. That's the second time in this game they've recovered a fumble and taken it in for a touchdown. We know they're opportunistic, and they pride themselves on being athletic and being physical, but they're showing you why you cannot make mistakes and cough the football up when you play them.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. First play of the drive comes from the 22. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
To the air, it's Quinn. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's caught. Wide open spaces. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And that had to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no rhyme or reason why a receiver should be that wide open, that deep down the field. The defense, they better check themselves.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the tailback. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Offense gets set for second down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a second down play. Hands it off. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Power football with the run. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Now they'll try the right side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
And the Terrapins didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Snags it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Terrapins! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Memphis is just getting blown off the field right now, and like them or hate them, I think anyone would agree this is tough to watch. They're trailing by 14 to UTSA. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Red Hawks want to pick up the tempo.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up with tempo. They're ready to...
Gashes the heart of the knee. He's at the... and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Red Hawks.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last one.
Turning it on! He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Dropping back, it's Washington. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on fourth. The Miami, Ohio offense returns to the field. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Perry. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Fires to the big fella. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Miami. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. Not much drive or anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling.